Hey, I hope everybody's doing great. Today on the Hot Rod channel here in Hog Shooter America, we're going to do something a little bit different. Been working on a Fiat and a C10 truck for quite a while. So it's time to do something different, have a good time, and man, I'm just drawn to painting something small. As a painter, we paint all different kinds of things out there. The standard term is usually if it doesn't move away, we're going to paint it. So I've got bowling pins set up here, and everything from just a solid purple color. That probably the camera's not doing that justice. To a like seriously flaked color here. Got the old Riddler motif going. I painted a couple of them like this because I just thought they looked cool, and that flake in the paint just looks really neat, but it's a little bit much to have on a car. So then I have these are all just pearls. Um, yeah, simple flame mask job, some third grader airbrush work on there. Then we've got I like to call this one just the lava lamp design. So it looks pretty cool. These two are painted with the same exact colors out of the same cans of paint, just in different orders. So, you know, for whatever that's worth. And then the one that I've made a video out of was taking this as primer, putting a vinyl decal on it and spraying it, then getting this cool little torn look to the edges of it. And that's going to be the video this time around. I've got it kind of pieced together, trying to do a little bit better job of getting more action in there. I don't like to do a ton of talking, but these things are pretty simple to do. You got to start out with a bowling pin, of course. So your local bowling alleys typically throw these things away, or I know Sheridan Lanes in Tulsa on 21st Memorial, they sell them. And I want to say they're around $3 for one that is suitable for the trash can. Okay, by suitable for the trash can, I'm talking you're going to have to spend an hour sanding the defects out, wiping body filler on it, and smoothing the body filler out. But hey, it's a bowling pin. Nothing's really straight on there, so it's fairly easy to work. Get it worked with the body filler, and then come back with your primer of choice. Okay, these things aren't going on cars. They're not going to sit out in the sun. So you don't have to use like the most expensive products out there to do them and have a good time with them. You prime it, let it dry good, and then come back in, sand your primer. Once the primer is sanded, I try to get it to like a 600 grit scratch. That way I can spray base coat straight over it. I do not have to put a sealer or anything on there. And I can put a color on. And in the case of this one, you can kind of see how we went through the process. This purple one right here, it was really easy to paint. Just took it and like loaded it down with that Pavo purple shimmering from House of Color. And then I cleared it, and usually I'll clear these, I'll sand them, and then I'll re-clear them because you're not talking about a whole lot of material that you have to use. And I typically work it in with another project. You'll see on this one, I had a fiberglass motorcycle tank, and I didn't go through the whole process of painting it. I just, I had clear mixed up to spray the tank. I had blue base coat mixed up to spray the tank. So I used those products on the bowling pin as well as that gas tank. I mean, you're talking probably an ounce of reduced material to spray this whole thing here. So that's not bad at all as far as the color is concerned. And then, of course, when I was clearing it, I just dumped a bunch of clear on there. So, you know, that's what the video is kind of all about. And I am not an artist by any means. My airbrush work is just kind of rudimentary. But it works. I mean, it looks kind of cool. The torn edges of the tape, they looked really neat. So, yeah. And then the Caney River Crew logo, just something that's fun. We live down here. It's not very far from the Caney River, and there's a bunch of us that run around and play on the river, and we just kind of started calling ourselves the Caney River Crew. So, yeah. Tune in. We'll have fun spraying these things today. You know, if you have some comments about things that I can do, maybe videos you want to see, stuff you want me to paint. I mean, I've painted about everything. Let me know. Get this bowling pin all base coated pretty nicely yesterday, and it's thoroughly dry, of course. I have this decal that I had cut. I'm going to take and wrap this thing around this pin and hopefully get it to set in there nice and flat, as flat as you can get on something that's completely round in all aspects. We'll just do a little time lapse of putting the decal on there, getting everything set up, so that then we can come back and put a secondary color over this and hopefully remove our masking there and be left with this little logo on this bowling pin. Just something, like I said, some fun to do. It'll be nice when it's all done and we get it cleared. Right now, just the base coat, so it's got a flat finish on there. So stay tuned. so I've come in the booth now. I have taken this little decal and had a few issues, which I figured I would because it's round, three-dimensional shape. But I'm going to take and load up and spray a little bit of white base coat over all the letters, all of the stars and everything. And you're going to notice we're not going to spray this real wet because that solvent hitting our vinyl is going to want to soak through and let the glue stick, because this is just sticker material. It is not a vinyl pre-mask, which would be necessary to do large vinyl graphics, but it'll work. It's a bowling pin, simple enough. We're just going to do those things, and I'll turn the camera on. All right, so the third installment here in the bowling pin painting game. Last little bit I showed taking and the pre-mask on there, spraying some white base on it. Now I have peeled that off, so we're left with the brown color with the white background. I figure it's a Caney River cruise, so river, brown, yeah, muddy water, whatever. And now I've taken and just randomly torn tape and placed it around the edge to get kind of a jagged look here, so that we have the appearance that this has been torn and coming out of this bowling pin. So up and down. Huh? And all over it? Yeah, we're spraying the whole thing blue. This.
Time for the big reveal.
The big reveal. See what we got. pretty cool.
It's definitely different.
Yeah, I learned this trick back when I was living on the reservation.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But who's looking at the front of the camera when you're recording?
Vloggers.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that shit's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looks like it's been worn.
There you go. Is it okay or is it goofy?
I think it looks pretty nice.
Good. Good job, man.
I have to ask everybody, not just one guy.
You gotta say good job to Mr. Buford too. He's the one who cleaned up after me.
I just wanted to make sure that we had enough color around all those edges. All right.
Yeah, I really like that.
So next step's going to be to come back and clear it to protect what we've got. All right, so last installment here before clear coat, I've got a fuel tank for a motorcycle that I've got cleared right now in the booth. Got a little extra left in the gun, so hey, what better time than to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up and a little clear. So you can kind of see I've been working at doing, I don't know if we'll call it shadow or just playing with an airbrush, trying to highlight a few things around the edges here. So I have an Iwata airbrush here, a Smart air compressor to go along with it. Has its own little water trap, regulator, everything's there. Works really well. And what we're going to try to do is just come in and kind of clean some of this gnarly looking stuff up here. But I'm just trying to diminish some of this black that I got on there. Got this entirely carried away. So it just takes a little bit of time to do this. Paint is super thin with the airbrush, so you can see she covers really fast. We'll get some clear on it, and then if we need to add other stuff, if we need to do any more, we will. I'm ready for a new project. Kind of ADD feeling here today. Stuff down at the bottom you'll never even see, so hey, not so worried about it. Right up here's a little spot we might come back in since it's on the very front. Just like Magic Eraser. All right, so it's time for the next coat of clear in here. So I'm going to pick you back up inside the spray booth. Oh man, this battery's about dead. I didn't change it. Ready for the next coat? I might have you when I do that. I don't know. I need a spray gun mount for it.
Looks like it's holding up.
Do what?
The spray gun looks like it's holding up.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing, right? Oh, the clear makes it come alive.